Lotarg, our friends. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for another Orc Mode workout. And today was max effort upper day. And a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please click like down below. And please click like on the other videos I uploaded today, the teasers. So as you guys saw earlier, I went ahead and decided to work on some wider grip benching. I've been doing the floor press with pinkies on the rings, which is for me fairly wide. I'm not a wide presser. I've always struggled with it. I've been doing all the incline and hitting incline PRs with pinkies on the ring. So, Michael, let's go ahead and work on it. Fortunately for me, it builds my close grip also. So even if I turn out to still be stronger at the close grip, doing some wide grip work to build my pecs and everything up just makes my close grip even stronger also. So not a big deal. I'm not losing much as long as my shoulders can handle it, and they felt good. And I've had people ask, I don't understand, why are you weaker? You were lifting more than this. Follow the vlogs, guys. Follow the vlogs. I explain all that. It's not new. I've always been stronger at close grip. You guys have known this, observed it over and over and over and over and over. Okay, it's not exactly a secret. But I feel like now that my shoulder health is better, my shoulder's feeling good. I'm able to move everything pain-free. Mobility is largely restored. Mainly, it's just been not only the rehab, but figuring out that I just can't do certain exercises. Okay, I'd love to be able to do them, but I'm better off if I don't. That's essentially anything that goes too far over my head. Okay, incline seems to be okay at this point. Seems to be okay. And so that was not a max, by the way, on that bench. That was a nice hard single. Next time we'll come in and we'll put a little more weight on it. We'll start ramping it up slowly, training maxes, and then we'll program off of it. Incline, this PR went good. I went up another 2.5 pounds, and it was better than the last PR, 2.5 pounds lighter, right? I had said last time the last one felt like a true max. It was grindy. We saw it. Right? We saw the 252.5, and it was grindy a few days ago. The 255 went right up, and then the rep work, because of the percentage I use on the rep work, I feel like the next PR is going to be just as good, right? Be just as good. And what are we going to do with this stuff? People say, well, what are you going to do if it stalls? We just add chains. We add chains, and then work off chains for a bit, and then come back and try to PR the straight weight. It's that simple. But look how much cleaner that was than even the last one, right? I felt like I could have got more than that today. Now, felt like doesn't mean that we did. We don't ever say that. Now, I can say that was something that wasn't really a true PR like the bench earlier. Now, then what I decided to do, I'm going to be running this whole variation with all of my lifts. So I decided to come up with chain combinations that I can do to where I can drop them down a bit to do the 70% back off work. And it's not going to be perfect, but that chain setup I was running, because all my rigging, and I'm not counting the chain that's on the floor, by the way, I'm only counting half of those lead chains, because half the lead chain's on the floor, plus the clamps and everything is about 6 pounds. So those were 17.1 pound chains on each side. So it's just a hair over 40. This takes me down to 30 because I put a pair of 12 pound chains on this setup. So 12, 12, and then 6, right? 30 pounds. So I did 30 pounds with 70% of that training, and it was actually fairly hard. The first set felt harder than the second and the third. I had to get in the groove a bit, and trying to do pauses and stuff. Trying to get in the groove, trying to do more pause work, because I need my chest to grow. We need chest and triceps to grow. My delt's going to get good splash over from everything I'm doing anyways. I'm not going to focus a lot on delts themselves. I feel like all the inverted rows, all the incline work, all that'll grow my delts. And that's, I know, a controversial topic, but there's good data on it at this point. And it frees me up to not worry about that stuff. If I do enough volume, all those things will be fine, and I don't have to worry about that. I can worry about the muscles that matter, things like my triceps. And I can come in and do a bunch of band press downs in between workouts to make sure my triceps are getting that extra volume, that extra recovery, extra tendons, and then I don't have to sit around worrying about some of these smaller muscles. So the triceps, though, I'm going to need to worry about, because I need more tricep. I need to put another inch on those triceps, or more. realistically to be where I need to be. So again, it frees up my recovery and time to do the things that I need to do. But again, the beauty of the chain benching, it does let me work a little more tricep. So it's going to be the way I'm going to rotate a lot of my lifts. Any lift that feels like it's about to stall, we rotate some chains in. I'm going to have a couple different chain setups on each lift that I can also do a drop down. So I can run lighter chains and then heavier chains. So yeah, I can go heavier than this if I need to, right? We can go heavier than this if we need to. You know, we could just, I can put another 24 on over this. I can go up to 54 for the bench setups. And then I can drop back down to the 40 for the back off work. So I can do 40 for main lifts and then back down to 30 for the rep work to get the percentages close to match percentages of my maxes. So I can do that with the incline also. So if the incline stalls, and I mean, I thought it would stall by now, surprisingly. I really felt like I was worried today I wasn't going to be able to get a PR based upon the last one, but I'm like, well, the rep work was good. But then these, I went a hair over my 70%. I went and rounded it up to 180, and I got my 3x10 pretty clean. Everything nice and paused, everything powerful. Now my chest was trashed. I mean, doing those 3 sets of wider grip bench, those hit my chest really hard. I felt a lot of chest. I was surprised. And I guess it's that extra inch. That extra inch matters sometimes, guys. Don't fool yourself. But adding that extra inch over the floor press hit my chest pretty hard. Because I pop with that at the bottom of my lats on closed grip. I can't do it quite as well on the wider grip. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons I'm so much stronger. But if I just get my lats bigger and stronger still, I'll probably be able to do it with a wider grip also. So these are fixable solutions. We just have to get bigger and stronger. And we do that by doing the work. We'll get to the lats near the end. We have the whole back half of the video is all about lats and back and biceps. So let's come over and talk about the pressing. Yep, the 3x10 went good. And I'm going to get that incline caught up. I've already said my incline needs to be at least 300. But look how bad we were. We were struggling with 225 when I first started. We're up 30. Long term, I want to get it to 315. But let's work at the short term first. I mean, we can even say 275, but that's we need to get it to 300. And it needs to be a pause incline at this 45 degree, not some 30 degree touch and go. I need to hammer that upper chest and the front delts. This will build all of the shoulder strength I need for the benching too. But we're hitting the chest from multiple angles. We're getting the flat work, getting the incline, and then I ended up finishing off after this because I was happy with these. These felt good. They were fatiguing though. My chest was pretty well torched. 2 maxes and then 3x10 flat bench, 3x10 incline, all at 70% of the maxes. Chest was fried. Surprisingly, my triceps were not as much. Some of the pressing work has hit my triceps really hard. And I also thought about it like, well, what do we need to do here? We do close grip benching, we do J-arm press, we do dips. I'm like, no, let's do the dips. Let's go ahead and get the chest at a different angle. Let's make sure we get the lower chest, and my triceps always get crushed on dips. And I only had this in me to do 1 set. And that's okay. Because if we even have taken the maxes out, this is 7 really hard sets for my chest. Considering I do that twice a week and max on 4 total presses every week, that's a lot. But these hit my chest hard, and then I felt my triceps a lot. That 1 set, this torched my triceps at the end. Because the triceps get work, guys. If you're benching with chains, you're working a lot of tricep. Don't fool yourself and think you aren't. This torched them. And the main thing I'll look at is I'm hoping that I'll just build the work capacity. I'm hoping I can build the work capacity in my triceps by doing all the band work, and that will keep bringing the dips up. Because the band work really is a lot of work capacity with all the high reps. And so I've been doing, as of just this last week, I'm trying to get at least 15 sets in. Right? And I'm not really doing them on like the Wednesdays or Sundays. Doing a few on Saturdays, but I'm trying to hit them mostly after my training day. So I've been hitting them even on my lower body day. but I need the extra tricep volume. They need the extra tricep work. But you can't do that in your whole body, because we could argue about the actual how much that volume even causes any hypertrophy. But we know that it helps with the tendons. We know it helps with recovery. We know it helps with the work capacity. And if I can get my work capacity up on those triceps, those sets of dips will go up quicker, and we'll stimulate more pec and tricep hypertrophy because we'll just be stronger at them. So I tried a couple different things. People had said, hey, try sticking pads, try sticking a plate under there. All right, the pads I slid everywhere. The plate also slid, and I realized I'm just going to scuff up all the paint on my really nice calibrated plates. And it ended up not adding range of motion because I ended up having to slide further down the bench due to sliding. So on the last set, I found I got just as much range of motion by taking all of this stuff out and just going back to the floor and riding as high on the bench as I can and getting my head completely over the top. That ended up adding another inch. So the problem is it's just not stable. It slides. And I can't get into the best position. When I try to go too high over it, it just all slides. So I have to slide lower down. And then it's raised, and then I end up tapping that arm down at the bottom with the bar. So it's not viable. The best solution is for me to just get as high up on the incline as I can, slide up at this setting, because if I go to the next setting up, I can't reach the bar. Can't reach the bar without going so low that the thing is banging the upright. So this is my middle ground. So I can just get as high up on it as I can to get the best range of motion possible and just get strong at this. So we did the same weight as last time, but I did 5 by 10. And you guys will see when we get to the last set that I just slide up, and the range of motion is just as good. So I'm going to do that. It's just simpler and easier. Now I'll start adding weight again on these every workout, but this is the most sets I've done. So I kept the weight constant. We'll try to keep progressing on it because honestly, I know I've got a little bit in reserve, and I should get stronger on this quick. And yeah, I'm aware though, because of the bottom, that it is not quite the full range of motion, but we get that on what? We'll get that on the inverted rows, and I did 5 sets of those next. Those I do get stretched out. And I feel an enormous amount of bicep on these, by the way. And that's the interesting thing, is that I cut the curls out today because I realized, look, if I do 5 sets of 2 different types of rows, all my upper body days, that's 20 total sets of rowing a week. My biceps are torched at the end of this. So if we want to talk all this nonsense, let's set aside joint angles. How many bodybuilders are like, well, it's all about the pump and burn in your biceps? Well, I'm getting a ridiculous amount. My biceps hurt. They're becoming the limiting factor. I ran over on the last couple set of inverted rows and just ran my massager into them real quick because my biceps were really, really pumped. And I felt like I couldn't do another set till I got it to go down. But it's not like I'm not working the back and the rear delts. I feel all of that enormously also. But I need my back to come up. And there's a point where I say biceps, beyond their ability to help me row and stuff, they don't matter that much. And if they'll grow, if I'm getting a pump on there, we're good. And let's not even get into the fact that enormous amounts of research shows that rowing and lat pull down and stuff build just as much bicep as curls do. In fact, there's only one study that seems to contradict that. And it wasn't that they didn't build lots of bicep, it just wasn't as much as a curl set for set. But it ended up being only 6 sets a week. I'm doing 20. I'm doing 20, that's a totally different ballgame. And it is potentially the issue of the volume versus the angle. But my biceps are trashed at the end of this. Also, I went up on the plate today. You guys notice I did the 10 last time. I got 15s just like body weight. So I managed to get a 25 on there. I ran into a minor mishap on one set. I got to get the belt really low, and so that I can get that plate wedged down in it without it falling forward up onto my face. But, we finished the set. I just had to readjust the plate. But I only lost 3 reps by adding this plate. And the last set, I think I squeezed out a 13th. So I took it to failure. So 5 by 12 with the 25. So it's going to be hard to keep adding past a certain point. I mean, I could definitely get a 45 squeezed into there, though. It's got to get the belt set right. So if I have to, I'll throw 45 in there and do them. But I want to keep this angle. It's just such a hassle to get the feet up, and I like having a different shoulder angle than what I get on the chest supported row. Because again, we want to work those different angles. And in this case, even though I'm doing a slightly wider grip to make sure I get more rear delt and everything, we still care about the back. We still care about the lats. But this also helps grip, helps forearms, everything else. So definitely this one. I feel a lot of forearm on the inverted rows, a bit more bicep. This one I feel a lot of forearm because of the grip, because they're having to hold it continually. So it's good grip training. So I'm going to do a lot of volume on these. And so yeah, we're going to get to a point now where if we take the maxes out, I did 7 sets of pushing, 10 sets of pulling. I need to make sure the back and the rear delts are coming up appropriately. And you know, this will help me with all of my lifts. Right, it's been a factor in my deadlift, having some issues. I need more back again. Need to rebuild it, and I used to do a lot higher volumes on these things. And this is a lot of volume, guys. 20 sets a week total, 10 sets twice a week is pretty much the most you're going to want to do on anything. You need to be careful if you try to exceed that. That is very, very high volume. And even then, the pressing 7 sets twice a week is fairly high. And that's not counting the maxes. So I think this will be a good strategy for me, and it'll grow the back, it'll grow my biceps, it'll help with my grip, killing a lot of birds with one stone just by doing a fair amount of volume on these 2 different types of rows. And notice, everyone may notice this, I don't do anything that puts any work on the back right now on upper day. Why? I need my deadlifts to go up. I feel like it interferes. And it interferes with my ability to pull heavy the next day. And I'm not just trying to increase bench. Yes, my benching is my worst lift by far. But I'm not willing to make sacrifices in a way that my squat and deadlift aren't going to go up, because those are going to be my bread and butter. That's going to be my key to elite totals. Right? The bench is just kind of something we do in between, and to maybe add a little more to your total. I'm not a great bencher. I'm a great squatter. I'm not a great bencher. But I'm going to work hard at it. I'm going to keep working hard at it, which we're doing. I mean, we have half of our training days are dedicated to it. And then doing all that tricep work with the bands on the off days. We'll keep pushing the bench back up. Now the shoulders are healthy, but I'm going to do so in a way that's healthy on the shoulder, and all my lifts are going to be easy on my low back recovery so that I can hammer that the other 2 days. But I'm pretty happy with today's workout. Everything went more or less similar to what I expected. Happy with the way everything felt. Happy with the Incline PR. Happy with all my supplemental work. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.